Welcome to today's recording of Assassin's Creed Rogue. We're going to do sequence 4 today. We're going to talk about a few locations we've already been to, and then we're going to also talk about George Monro, who we've seen a few times already. Excuse me. We are also on today. What is today? Today is day 61 of the marathon to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And we're just really getting, to take a WWE term, we're not hyped. We've stayed hyped. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna talk about a few places and a person, and hopefully we can get to some lore that we've skipped out on.
From the Colonel.
Dear Master Cormac, my apologies for the brevity of this missive, but it is time we were honest with one another. You have demonstrated your loyalty and resourcefulness to the Templar cause. And this despite, and perhaps because of, your assassin origins. The manuscript the assassin sought has been in my possession for some time. I reclaimed it when my men found you marooned. The Grand Master himself charged me to discover its meaning, a task I regret I have failed to complete. I leave it in your charge, Master Cormac. There is no one else I trust more. Now I leave for Fort William Henry, an ill-prepared garrison surrounded by hostile natives and the French army. We have requested reinforcements, but I doubt they will be forthcoming. I have no illusions that our resistance will be successful. I commit my life to the British Army, and my soul to the Father of Understanding. Yours, Colonel George Monro.
Now he knows for certainty that they're Templars, even though he should have known that already. £3. Wish it. I'm sure people actually wished it did take £3 and £2 to actually repair these ships. I'm sure it took hundreds of pounds to do so. I'm so glad we can skip that now. All right, let's see if we can do. We can't do that one. We still have 15 minutes for it to be available. So let's get these missions going. Why are chances so low? There we go. Because their health was low. Okay. We've already secured this route. That's weird. At least I thought we did. That's frustrating. Oh well, I guess that lets us get more stuff. Alright, there's all we can do there. Alright, let's take the wheel. So as we're climbing up here, I want to talk a little bit about Sleepy Hollow, which was one of those areas that we saw. Was it
On your
two
post,
days ago?
Gist. The Colonel's in trouble.
How do you mean, in trouble?
He's at Fort William Henry, facing impossible odds.
Get off your lazy arses, lads, and man your stations! We raise anchor! Sorry for the early libation, Captain. But do you realize that it's been a whole year since we met? A whole year! Changed my life, you did. And for the better. You will forgive me if I have been celebrating without you.
A whole year. Gist, I have a question for you. How long have you known of my, well, allegiance?
Oh, you mean the assassins? I knew ages ago, Shay. I may be drunk, but I'm not blind. Or did you think I was an escape from some homicidal search?
Search their weak spot! Take the shot! Taking a hit, sir! Fire! Fire!
The Colonel wanted us to avoid the subject so it wouldn't, influence your decision-making. You saved my life out of pure selfless instinct, and helped countless others besides. If it were up to me, I would have made you an official Templar months ago.
It's kind of him to want me to be a Templar months ago. I definitely would not be the first assassin turned Templar. But we saw Duncan Walpole trying to be an assassin. Let's see, this is 57, 20 or 30 years before this. Oh, I hit him with a firecracker. I thought that was a berserk dart for a second. Oh well, I guess we'll just come over here and kill people now. So yeah, I just think that's kind of funny. That one too. Let's do that. We're sending this ship to my fleet.
Who is it up to then? Monroe mentioned a Grand Master.
Oh, yes. The Grand Master of a colonial rite. You'd like him, Shay. His father was an assassin.
Really? He must have a story to tell.
What is the news from Fort William Henry?
The garrison is surrounded, and reinforcements are late.
General Montcalm has been blazing a path across the colonies for King Louis, hasn't he?
I rather wish he'd stayed home with his mistress.
His or King Louis?
Either. Though I suspect the king's is finer.
Indeed. Madame O'Murphy is supposed to be quite the charmer.
I know Murphy is in the French king's bed. Now I know you're pulling my leg.
Brace yourselves for collision!
You closer!
Two. Like the couple guns.
Use explosive cannon ready!
Yeah, good for the wanted system. So, Sleepy Hollow. It is a village inside the town of Mount Pleasant, New York. Located on the east bank of the Hudson River, about 30 miles north of New York City. Originally, it was incorporated as North Tarrytown in the late 19th century. It adopted the traditional name of the area in, I believe it was 1992. No. Yeah. I can't believe I don't have that date written down for my notes. I believe it was 92. I don't have any berserk darts. That's why I defaulted to that. Alright, that's fine. I don't have any berserk grenades either. So it is known by many because of the what was, I don't remember if it was a poem or a novel or a short story, but it's called The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Oh, I have it written down. I have something written down at least. So The Legend of Sleepy Hollow was a short story written by Washington Irvine, who lived in the area, who actually lived in Tarrytown. And he is buried in Sleepy Hollow Cemetery. It's because of this story and other folklore that it's considered one of the most haunted places in the world. Yeah, it seemed to be harder to get out than it should have been. Albany is the next area I want to talk about, and that actually is probably going to take a little bit more to get out because it's a little bit longer.
We should reinforce the Morrigan with these supplies.
Wood, cloth, and tobacco. I probably should take that ship too. But
Unfurled,
only
mates!
if it gets in the
Let's
way.
move!
Oh, it's coming after me, isn't it? Oh, I'm out of mortars. That's my problem.
Too closer! Brace!
Fire! Fire! Fire!
I really like the buckle guns. So Albany is the current capital of the state of New York. It is one of the oldest surviving European settlements from the original 13 colonies, and the largest continuously chartered city in the United States. Still got 4 though. Come on, get me closer. Let's see what that puts these guys to sleep. No? Okay. The area was inhabited by Mohican people who called it Pempatowutpet Huckanu, which means the fireplace of the Mohican Nation. Yeah, I probably should not even try to pronounce some of these locations, some of these names, because, man, I'm horrible at it. Across the deck there. Okay. Henry Hudson would reach the area in 1609, claiming it for the United Netherlands. And in 1614, Hendrik Christiansen built Fort Nassau as a fur trading post and is the first documented European structure in present-day Albany. 1618, a flood would destroy the fort, and it would be rebuilt in 1624 as Fort Orange, Nassau.
Get the maids free!
We have
Crowd
the
on
goods.
every
Let's
inch
take
of
us aboard
sail.
in a new finery.
Go north or do we go south of this little landmass? I guess it really doesn't matter, does it? Let's go north since we're already turning. No, we're staying out here and we're on our way to the mission, but we're going to leave what we can. Mostly because we need it to upgrade the ship so we can make it through the game. But it's not our priority. Hopefully those guys either catch us or don't. I don't think they have.
The storm's passing.
They got an alright amount of stuff, I guess. And we can take them if we need to. The garrote and the switchblade. What a name for ship. And that's a rock. Alright, so, when the English captured New Netherland in 1664, the area would be named Albany to honor the Duke of Albany, who was later King James II. And I want to say he was King James II in England, and I believe King James VI in Scotland, I believe. And in 1754, the city would host the Albany Conference, which we saw a little bit before. That's where Benjamin... Oh, no, that's the wrong button. I wanted this button to see what the ship had. Apparently it has nothing. Apparently blue is friendly. Benjamin Franklin at the Albany Conference. That is the first... Is that the first documented or the first time at all? Oh, that's a rock. That's a rock. That's a rock. That's a rock. That's what I get for looking at my notes. Oh, it's where he presented the Albany Plan of Union, which was the first proposal to unite the colonies. From which, of course, the proposal would be turned down. From 1788 to 1797, the state capital of New York would rotate between Albany, Kingston, Hurley, Poughkeepsie, and the city of New York. At this time, in 1797, Albany would be the permanent capital, making it the 10th oldest capital. Is that a white whale? Be the 10th oldest capital in the U.S., but only the second oldest capital that is considered a city. In 1810, Albany was the 10th largest urban place in the U.S., and in 1815, the city would annex the village to the north, known as quote-unquote the colony. In 1825, the Erie Canal was completed, which would give Albany direct access to the Great Lakes. Throughout the 19th century, it'd be only second to Boston in number of books produced. Thought that was an interesting little tidbit. American Express. We all know American Express, right? Doesn't the credit card company? That actually was founded in Albany in 1859 as an express mail business. In 1871, the northwestern part of Albany would be annexed to the town of Guilderland, though they would receive part of Bethlehem and Watervliet. Um, Part of the land that would be ceded back to Albany in... Oh, I was wrong. I misspoke it. Part of the land that they annexed to Guilderland would be ceded back to Albany in 1910. 1908, it housed one of the first commercial airports in the world, and the first municipal airport in the U.S. would actually be opened in Albany. So it's got a very varied history, that town right there that we're sailing past. So it's just something very interesting that I wanted to talk about since the last time we've been to Albany. Let's get over here and try to meet with George Monro. We're gonna play a little bit, and we're gonna open up this sequence at least before we talk about George Monro. But we should be able to get. Do I have to go around? On the wrong side of this island. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Can I zoom in and I can't. Oh man. Alright, looks like I have to go around the island to the south.
Short on sail!
That's gonna be
Give
the
me some
fastest way
speed.
around. I guess since we got a lot of sailing, we'll talk about George Monro, right? And then we'll get to the lore locations that were brought up in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. But first, I need a drink. Apparently thought too much.
Floating cargo for the taking, sir.
Alright, so George Monro, who we've seen quite a bit. I'd mark him as a main character here. He was born around 1700 in Clonfin, Ireland. He joined Ottaway's 35th Regiment of Foot as a lieutenant in 1718, and by 1750 was promoted to the rank of lieutenant colonel. Excuse me. In 1757, he was placed in command of Fort William Henry with 1,500 troops. Well, it could change historically here, but I'm going to give you the historical context for what's coming up. That summer, the siege of Fort Henry took place, and they were attacked with a fort from the French with a total force of about 8,000 men. He'd opened negotiations on August 9th, and his honorable defense would grant him safe passage to Fort Edward, though the French's Native American allies would attack without orders and leave 185 dead. Monro would survive the attack, but he would die 3 months later in Albany on November 3rd, 1757, aged somewhere between 56 and 57.
Shay, you are a sight for sore eyes.
Jack?
Colonel Monro surrendered to General Montcalm. The French and their Abenaki allies took Fort Henry. Johnson was supposed to bring reinforcements here.
I don't see anyone else.
The Abenaki are restless. They don't understand the terms of surrender and refuse to heed Montcalm. The colonel and his men were released this morning. They're walking into an ambush.
Wait here in case Johnson arrives. I'll protect the Colonel.
Thank you.
Maybe I can finally repay my debt to him.
So, I kind of noticed this about Shay.
I
He
hope I'm not too late.
looks like he's going to raise his hood. Probably there. Let's go this way. There. There's more? I didn't kill you? Guess we'll take another shot then. So I don't have to kill all the stalkers, do I? Because it doesn't require it. To the tree, man. Huh. What's the best weapon to use here? Does that work? Didn't want to whistle. That works. We will actually. We will get to the. That was awkward. We are actually going to talk about some lore. The last bit of lore that we have to talk about from Assassin's Creed 4 is some locations that were believed to be part of Isu in origin, but well,
Master
we'll get there when we
Sir,
talk about it.
we must hurry. We should bring what's left of your men to the Morgan.
A welcome offer, Captain Cormac. Follow me. Safe passage is ahead.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened at Fort William Henry?
Poor planning and poor luck, I am afraid. Montcalm was able to bombard us for days.
Damn frog.
Actually, he acted with great honor. When we sent for parley, he returned an offer far more generous than anticipated. We kept our arms, and more importantly, our colors.
Only to walk into a trap.
I would hardly expect the French to defend us. Would you?
No, I wouldn't.
You continue to prove your loyalty to the Templars, Master Cormac. Risking your life for me.
We're not out of the woods yet, Colonel. As for my loyalty, well, I do owe you, don't I? You saved my life. Gave me a second chance.
We have been working together for a year now. During that time, you have rendered many great services. Whatever debt you imagine you have towards me is paid, wouldn't you say?
Perhaps. Live! Attack!
Okay, fantastic.
Take cover!
Keep together, men!
I'll take out as many as I can.
Isn't going well, is it? Oh, that was perfect. He landed right on. He fell off. Oh, that's great.
All right, Colonel. Keep your men moving. I'll scout ahead and signal if there's trouble.
A sensible strategy. Very well. I will lead my men around slowly.
Alright, so let's talk about, while we're running up here, what they call up, Shay. What is known as the Aliyah Ghost Lights. So Aliyah is actually the name given to unexplained hold on, let's synchronize this. They're given to unexplained strange light phenomena occurring over the marshes, first observed by the Bengals, or I'm sorry, Bengalis, I think. Specifically the fishermen of the West Bengal and Bangladesh. This light is attributed to quote unquote some kind of.
I can shoot him.
That didn't go well. Though it's attributed to some kind of gas.
It's almost over, you rabid dog.
That's what I have to think about you. Attributed to some kind of unexplained marsh gas that would confuse the fishermen and making them lose their way. Some communities place that the light are actually representative of ghosts of fishermen who died fishing. Within lore, it is only recommended to look into it as it is too unexplained not to be something from the East.
Now you will face death.
Forgot these stalkers are everywhere. Legitimately everywhere. I think you'd be able to hear that, but you might mistake it for fish, I guess. Let's climb up here. And then once we kill these three, we're going to talk about the Bermuda Triangle, or what is also known as the Devil's Triangle. Hello. Dude's staring at me. Oh, there we go. Guess that mistake is my fault on that. attention to my mouse. I'm sure you guys don't want to see the name of my Xbox or anything like that. Alright. I actually have to get down there and escort him. That's a load.
From the shadows I strike.
Are you serious? He was shot and stunned, and I still got stabbed. How much crap is that?
Hurry. Kasegawase will not relent.
Kasegawase. You know this man, Mr. Cormac.
Aye, Colonel. He's one of Achilles' men. An assassin, as I was.
So they know I'm a Templar. And now this assassin knows you live.
And work with Templars. I'm no fool, Colonel. The assassins will come after me next. We're both targets now.
That's what it means. There's the
You
guy
know
that
that's a
fell off
trap,
the-
right?
Indeed, Master Cormac. But we have little choice. We survived French cannons, we will survive this.
Guess we go up. I said up, not around. This guy climbs like Ezio O'Connor, I guess.
Good line. Ready to open fire. Well, flies. I see him. This way. Come, follow me.
Oh, I have to reach my ship. Oh, that's not cool. Not what I thought.
Make haste.
Not what I thought. Thought I had to clear the way. Oh, thankfully I didn't have to make it all the way to the deck.
Loose the sails!
You heard the captain, men! Let's get out of here! Move! Move! Shay! Ah!
I owe you my life, Master Cormac.
As do I, Colonel.
We have much to discuss. However, I must tend to my troops.
Sir, I will accompany you to Johnson's trading post at Onakwaga.
Then I shall depart at once. Master Cormac, meet me there.
Yeah, I failed at both of them. Alright, so Bermuda Triangle, which is also known as the Devil's Triangle. Where's my... Oh, it's on that. I have to open up the name of the last mission for today.
Let out some sail!
But Bermuda Triangle is also known as the Devil's Triangle. It's a loosely defined region in the Atlantic Ocean. It was first defined in 1964 as the area between Miami, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and the islands of Bermuda. Actually, which way is the best way around that island? Am I going the right way? Ooh, I don't think it's going to make it down that river. But still probably best to go that way past the fort. Or gang headquarters, whatever that is now. And there's some ships here. Hopefully they're not too difficult.
Betrayed in a sail and guns that I had. It's the way you send me, my dear.
See 'em yet?
Oh,
Here they are. What do we got? Switchblade.
I did not mind
And they're assassin ships. I might not be... I'm going to try not to get a skirmish with them. Because I probably can't take both of them. I could probably take one, but I think both of them is pushing it. With the rocks. When they don't hit a shoal or something, we'll be fine. Alright, we're set. We're good. So back to Bermuda. So the man who defined the area, his name was Vincent. He's got wood. We're actually going to take that ship. His name is Vincent. What is his name? Vincent Gaddis. Though subsequent people would not always agree with his definitions of the area. The area is notable for the amount of aircraft and ships that are said to have disappeared in the area under mysterious circumstances. Most reputable sources dismiss it. Completely dismiss the idea that there is a something going on there, as it's one of the most heavily traveled shipping lanes in the world. Within lore, Abstergo has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars into research and feel that it is a safer bet to explore the region and learn about it through genetic memory. They just waste too much money on it, and they might as well wait until they find someone who has explored it via genetic memory to save money.
Loose and catch the wind!
Loose the mains, have sails!
Better wings to the wind!
Sometimes you wonder how the Animus saves money. But I suppose if you're dropping hundreds of thousands of dollars and you already have the technology, that doesn't matter. And if it turns out to find something that's Isu in origin, that in theory could net you billions based on the kind of thing that could get you to be able to sell. Really? Didn't see that explosive crate there. I'd have taken one shot at that and blown that up to get my last 2 kills and wasting 2 bullets. It's frustrating. Oh well. Off to Corback's fleet. I wonder if I can scuttle ships in the fleet. I'll find out when we get to the next mission. We'll take a sortie to find out. Oh, I gotta effectively go straight from the way I'm pointing. Right? That's weird. Actually, no, it's over there. First I thought it was over there, because that was the way the ship was pointed, not because that's the way I was looking.
And where it went, I swear I can't remember.
The village of Orina is over there,
Down
Captain.
to the shipping office I went. The party lay back. Take in your sack.
So, we still have yet to talk about 3 more locations from lore that Assassin's Creed 4 brought up. We're gonna take a look at the ship first before we talk about an area known as Chichen Itza, which I will probably murder some pronunciation in there because some of it's Mayan. Ah, good, I can get money there. Check the fleet real quick. Oh, I can add... let's see, this is a brig. So let's add it. This is a brig, so let's look at selling a ship. So we can get rid of the schooners because they don't have. Get rid of that schooner because it's got nothing. We can't get rid of the other two because they're out on. Oh, I can buy more docks. How much? 20. Good. So brigs are gonna stay. The schooner we're gonna sell. Schooner we're gonna sell. Skip all reports. Can I buy more? Ah, there it is. There's more docks. How much do I have? Oh, we're gonna go until we're broke. I'm glad they changed. You used to have to do these for crystals, but I'm glad to see that it's pounds in this one. Oh, we still got 8,000 pounds. That's got to be worth like 100,000 pounds in today's currency. Oh, that one. We're gonna save some. We're gonna wait because those were expensive. If you notice, they were that last one was 2,000 pounds. Off to Barbados. Send this guy. And we'll check out Savannah and secure the route. I don't always repair it because sometimes they it's a waste of money sometimes because it won't die, and then you can use just repair once and spend less money. Send ship. 20 minutes before we can do that one, and another 5 before we can do that one. Alright, so let's check to see if we can upgrade our ship. We definitely, if we can afford it. Burning oil, I'm not worried about storage, I'm not worried about, well, we might worry about storage here in a hot second. We're going to do more armor. This defense is not a bad thing. Now we're going to make sure we are upgrading our mortar storage. And then we're going to max out mortars. Oh, I can't do that until I hit land. That's sad. I have to actually go see a harbor master. That's all right. That's all right. That's got to be the ice-breaking ram because of how long it is. Because Edward's ram was nowhere near that big. But he didn't need an ice-breaking ram. Alright, so we're going to watch a cutscene up there that's about 75 meters away, and then we're going to talk about Chichen Itza. But I will tell you what it means. It means the mouth of the well of the Itza. And the Itza was the name of the ethnic lineage group. I ran around the area, didn't I? That had dominance in the northern peninsula of Yucatan, where the large pre-Columbian city was built by the Mayan people within what they called the it's currently in the Tinian municipality in the Yucatan Peninsula. So let's see what this mission is.
So, Colonel, it seems my life is an open book to you.
Men from my regiment found you delirious and half-drowned. I did not know who you were, but what you were was obvious. I brought you to the Finnegans for care. Their late son was one of our order.
Master Johnson was furious.
It was a risk, but I suspected you might have left your brothers behind.
Colonel, the manuscript. Why return it to me?
Because, Master Cormac, you earned my trust. It could not be in better hands.
Respectfully, sir. I'm more of a target than you now.
Gentlemen, Kesegoase is rallying to storm Albany. His allies threaten a friendly Oneida village, and French troops have already entered our territory.
Might be able to delay the French and help the Oneida.
We will ready the defenses in Albany.
If we are to defeat Kesegoase and his allies, I need to help the Oneida and see what I can do about the French.
Can I get back up there real quick? Because I want to get that diamond area. To do that, we have to climb the tree.
Report, soldier. No hostiles in the
There,
area, sir.
they help
George, don't let your guard down.
give money and whatever and other things.
Johnson
So
stockpiled powder and shot here.
Bless him.
check out the map. It might be best to just float across the. No, we're going to take the ship. Because some places have little boats, like that's what that flame is, so you can wheel yourself
Well,
across
not
on
to
ferries.
pry, but would you happen to know if Kesegoase has any weaknesses?
He hasn't any. He was a scout and mercenary long before he joined the Assassins.
May Lady Luck be with you then.
I make my own luck.
The Colonel exerts a certain amount of control over the army, or part of it anyway. But we'll need both the soldiers and their native allies if we're to set up a proper defense against Kesegoase.
Kesegoase has allies in every tribe that sided with the French, as well as many others. Trappers, hunters, scouts. We'll need all the help we can muster.
Oh, that was an actual animus fragment? Alright. Couldn't tell you what they do anymore, but they all just show up on your map. I know in 4 all they were a collectible to get go through the Abstergo challenges, which to be honest is probably the same thing to do. And I know you have to go through all the Abstergo challenges to unlock the cheats, and they tie the cheats and this one to they tie to the cheats on this one. Achievements. Come get me, yo. Two. Try to loot some ammo, because I don't have any pistol ammo. I don't have a lot of darts either, do I? I wanted to stab him. weird.
Run him down now!
Oh, I'll take that. Definitely take that. What are you doing, Shay? Go over there before he shoots you.
How do I get into that cave?
Shot both of them.
From us, you lazy dog!
Big mean man. Just die now. Oh, that's rough. Oh, that is very rough.
Make sure you find them all!
Oh, you can do that very early, can't you? 2 more. 6 to go. Go.
So long as we hold the old woman.
Alright, here you go. Really, dude? Thank you. That's the button I wanted. That's alright, whatever. Alright. Dead, aren't you? Oh no, she's hanging out in the water.
Stop right now!
Uno más. Uno más.
Weapon aside.
Didn't go well. Helping out though.
You can't escape us!
Expecting the group up in this tree to be dead by the time I get there.
Stop you! Look out for strays!
How you did not see me coming is completely strange. But I'll take it.
Venerable one. My name is Shay Patrick Cormac. I am a friend.
A friend indeed. You have the gratitude of my people, Shay Patrick Cormac. For as long as you shall walk this earth, you will have a place here among us.
My thanks.
It is I who thank you, young man. Would you be so kind as to walk with me? I am called Onata. There is a legend among my people. It tells of how the land under our feet was born, and how good and evil came into this world. The Sky Woman scattered her wisdom throughout our land. If you follow her path, you shall learn the true history of our people, and perhaps even uncover the reward locked within this cave. If you are the hero I believe you to be.
You honor me, Venerable one.
It is you who honor us, Shay Patrick Cormac. Farewell.
Okay. The native pillars. I don't remember what they do. There's 2, 4 of them. I'm sure there's probably more with. Oh, yeah, take 7. So they're probably in North Atlantic. I never 100%ed this game, so even on the Xbox 360, which, if the rumors are true that there won't be an Assassin's Creed game next year, I'll probably do that because I have 100%ed everything, every Assassin's Creed main game, except for the multiplayer achievements in Brotherhood, Revelations, and 4. I have to do, what was the other one that I had to finish? Chronicles. I gotta finish Chronicles too. Across the river. So, let's talk about Chichen Itza. It's one of the largest Mayan cities. It was likely one of the Talans or mythical great cities that is referred to in the Mesoamerican literature. The earliest date discovered at Chichen Itza is equivalent to our year 832 AD. Excuse me. Implying, of course, that the city was built before that. Who we killing? We killing French? Yeah, but it was around that time that the site became a major regional capital.
Done to beat the regiment's record. No more of this hellish. I tell you.
Great. It takes so many hits to kill these guys. At least get that one to stay alive, or I'm gonna fail this mission.
To the king and his troops.
Okay, that's odd. In 1526, the Spanish conquistador Francesco de Montenegro petitioned the King of Spain for the charter to conquer the Yucatan. His first campaign in 1527 would decimate his forces, but he would establish the fort at Zamanha. After little resistance, the Spanish would be driven from the peninsula by 1535. Though by 1588, the Spanish crown would issue a land grant that included Chichen Itza. We're headed to Albany, right? So we're going this way.
Get the mainsails into the wind!
Almost skipped ahead 400 years. The city would enter popular imagination. Oh no, that's too far. The land grant actually included it, Chichen Itza, as a working cattle ranch. 1984. Actually, no, that's wrong. Let's not jump ahead to 94. Let's jump back to 1843. Because it was here that the city would enter popular imagination with the book that was titled the Book of Incidents of Travel in Yucatan, which recounts John Lloyd Stevens' visit to the peninsula, which included his tour of Chichen Itza. Probably take that fort.
Enemy Those ships belong to King Louis!
You have no orders!
I have to take that fort now.
Avoid her ram and all
I don't know why I'm doing a big turn.
Fire!
Oh, it wasn't supposed to be that one. It was supposed to be that one.
Set the yards off the wind!
Arms and guns!
Cannon ready!
Send the lads to our father about!
Drag them down!
So now we're actually going to go to 1984, where Edward Herbert Thompson, who was then the U.S. consul to the Yucatan Peninsula, or the state of Yucatan. I was unsure at that point. Let's see if that guy's gonna go all after his crew. That'll be funny. He actually purchased the ruins. Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. He purchased the area Hacienda Chichen, which include he bought all that ruin, what was considered ruins, which included the city of Chichen Itza. Not what I wanted to do. He would actually spend, what he would do is, the bulk of the artifacts that he would find over the next 30 years, he would sell, are currently in the Peabody ouch. The bulk of the artifacts that he'd find over the next 30 years are located at the Peabody Museum at Harvard University. His family would sell the area to Fernando Barbachano after his death. March 29th, 2010, the state of Yucatan would purchase the area back, and in 1988, the area was actually designated a World Heritage Site. In lore, the site would be excavated in the 18th century by Madeline de Isle, and would find things from prophecy discs, which contained a message from Eve about the human rebellion against the Isu, and it also contained Rings of Eden, which essentially created personal shields, and then there were some things called shards of Eden that essentially were just random pieces of other pieces of Eden. I have to go around this island, don't I? Oh, this is a bay. That's my problem. Currently, and within lore, under Mexican federal protection, although that they are in an agreement, close to an agreement, to research the site.
Fire!
Man, that one was kind of hard to get through, wasn't it? We actually got 2 left to talk about, and then we'll be completely done with lore from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. The first one is actually Easter Island, which is a Chilean island off the that is most famous for its almost, I think the count's somewhere in the 900s, the Moai statues. basically the big statues that have big giant oblong heads. And they were created by the Rapa Nui people. It's believed that the island's Polynesian inhabitants arrived sometime in the 12th century, creating a thriving and industrious culture as evidenced by, let's see, I just seriously ram a ship that I didn't see. Besides the Moai, there were other artifacts that were found there. By the time of European arrival in 1722, the island's population was estimated between somewhere of 2,000 and 3,000. We are going to go south because I don't want to deal with that fort. Let's see, got wood, metal, stone, and tobacco. We're taking that brig.
We're heading for a crash, sir!
I have a sneeze coming. No, I think we're okay. I don't know if I'm gonna cut that or not because it was so short. This is how this ship's gonna stay. We're gonna just. Alright, so, disease, slave raids, and immigration from the islands would see the population drop to 111 in 1877. Rosie, stop. Chile would annex the island in 1888, although it wouldn't be until 1966 that the Rapa Nui people were granted citizenship in Chile. In 2017, the island had a population of 7,750, with 45% of that population claiming to be of the Rapa Nui. Now considered a special territory and a World Heritage Site since 1995. Here and kill the last couple. In lore, it is. It states that there are 887 statues, and as it's a World Heritage Site, it's difficult to study. Though they want to conduct a private excavation to study the statues and the caves beneath them, it is the caves beneath them that they are the most interested in. Got one more location to talk about, and I'm really hoping to get through it, because I have to be honest, it's my favorite. Actually, going that way is probably going to be the fastest route. My favorite location that I saw within the lore that they opened up. It's called Lake Vostk. At least I think that's how it's pronounced, because, you know, I don't speak Russian.
On your mark, Captain.
It's an lake in the East in Russian? Oh, it means Lake East. Sorry, I couldn't even read my own notes for a moment. So the word means Lake East in Russian. It is the largest of Antarctica's almost 400 known subglacial lakes. It's located under Russia's Vostok station on the East Antarctic ice sheet, about 4,000 meters underneath the surface of ice. It was first suggested to exist by Andrei Kapitska from seismic sounds made during the Soviets' Antarctic expeditions in 1959 and 1964 while trying to measure the thickness of the ice. The final confirmation of the lake would be in 1993 from the ERS-1 laser altimetry made by J.P. Ridley. On January 10th, 2013, the first core of freshly frozen lake ice was obtained, though as soon as the ice was pierced, water would curse through the bore, mixing it with freon and what was the other chemical? Kerosene, that was used to keep the hole from freezing. So let's check out this cutscene and then we'll get the last little bit.
Damn the devil! What happened here?
Kesegawase.
Well, then we are too late.
No. Fort Fredericks is nearby. I'm sure the Colonel can hold it.
You heard the captain, lads! Make haste!
Unfurled, mates! Let's move!
Unfurled, maids! Have sails!
Loose all! Let's move!
So I wonder what's going on here. In Albany. Now you got an idea why we spoke about Albany a little bit today.
Trim the yards off the wind! Keep her safe while I'm gone, Gist.
Aye, Captain.
So a new borehole would be drilled in the lake, and eventually, allegedly, a pristine water sample would be obtained in January 2015. The Russian team plans to eventually lower a probe to collect water samples and sediments from the bottom. It's hypothesized that unusual forms of life could be found in the lake's liquid layer of fossil, essentially a fossil water reserve. Be able to just sprint through here. Oh no, that ain't true. Drop that down.
Halt! We can't run forever.
No, not gonna happen.
I'll catch up with you one way or another. Mark my word. Hey, don't.
No, not gonna happen.
He will not pass me.
You guys are dense. I gotta worry about them. Fire? Look like he was on fire.
I'll keep up with you.
Get away from me!
Try to keep the casualties to a minimum. Actually doing pretty well. Just kind of running around assassinating people.
Reinforce the south wall. Fire at will. They're everywhere.
Monro, right there.
Good. Ready to take him down. As the crow flies.
3 more. 2 more. Uno mas. He's down here. Got him.
This is Kasegawas's work, isn't it?
I believe it is, but I've not yet seen the devil. The manuscript.
You keep it safe. Bring it to the Morrigan. That's an order.
Who are you to give me orders? I outrank you.
I'm not part of your army, Colonel. I'll take care of the defenses until you get back. Kasegawase.
Templar dog!
That's why it says you walk against to your advantage.
Don't let that man get away!
Do you truly believe you can best me, traitor?
Away from us, crazy dog! Templar dog!
Burn!
Templar dog!
That's the wrong button.
Do you truly believe you can...
Oh, wow, he goes down like a brick, doesn't he?
We trained you well, traitor. Kasegawase. It didn't have to be this way.
It did. You are an enemy. Achilles will see you dead.
What he's doing is wrong.
Who are you to judge? The Templars will fail. You will fail. Monro is already dead.
What do you mean?
Liam.
Alright, so we got 3 minutes to talk about this and save them. Actually, that is all of it, isn't it? Except for
The Colonel was heading to the docks!
because the lake may contain an environment that is sealed off below the ice for millions of years. The conditions could resemble those of ice-covered oceans hypothesized to exist on Jupiter's moon Europa and Saturn's moon Enceladus. Within the lore, of course, it's hoped that these latest developments will show a window into Isu life, which I kind of don't know how that would, because underneath ice and stuff, so it's just kind of weird to me. So basically, Liam knocked him out, or stabbed him, or something. Oh, and I just caught him on fire. And then set his house on fire. I'm assuming it's his house. Might not be, but I mean, really?
The manuscript. An assassin took it.
Liam. I'll get it back. I swear it.
Shay.
Now that should be the end of the sequence, but I'm unaware if we have a modern day or a broken memory. So we're gonna watch through until, at the very least, until the achievement pops. So let's see what happens. Alright, we're actually going to stop right there. We're going to check the product. See, it says last sequence recap. That means we did. Wait. No, that says last sequence, sequence 3. So let's run up to where that mission starts and see what it's called. Because if it's called Man o' War, That is the start of the next sequence, and we will wait until tomorrow. I don't think that's it, so we're going to open it up because our achievement didn't pop, so this has to be the end of the sequence.
Do you swear to uphold the principles of our order? And all that for which we stand?
I do.
And never to share our secrets, nor divulge the true nature of our work?
I do.
And to do so from now until death, whatever the cost?
I do.
Then we welcome you into our fold, brother. You are now a Templar, harbinger of a new world. May the Father of Understanding guide us.
May
the Father of Understanding guide us.
That is the end of the sequence. See if we get booted out, or if we have a.
Do you understand now?
I'm starting to see why you're so interested in Shay Cormac.
Oh, we got kicked out, so we wait until we go back in.
Shay has seen the true face of the world, and he has chosen his path accordingly. A similar choice will soon present itself to you.
I did not think you'd get this far, but you seem to be on the right track. We still can't access the servers in the basement, but there's another one located at the top of the building near Melanie's office. That's your next stop.
I'm bored.
So, Shay just got
orders
inducted
orders. My orders
into
are to
the
stand right
Templar Order, and we're still working on opening up computers and stuff. I will look through some areas to see what kind of lore we are missing, quote unquote missing for. I hate it when it's black. It looks like I'm a floating head.
Could you stop by my office? We need to have a talk.
For discussion in Assassin's Creed Unity, like we are doing with Black Flag here. But we did finish all of the Black Flag lore, so that's a thumbs up right there.
This
Fuck
office
Melanie.
used to belong to a man named Olivier Garneau. He was my predecessor as Chief Creative Officer of Abstergo Entertainment. Otto Berg is a representative from our parent company, Abstergo Industries. He's showing you the true history of the world, just like they showed me. Olivier was kind, he was intelligent and passionate about our work, but a year ago, he caught a glimpse of this truth. They never found his body. This is not the way we normally bring people up to speed on these matters, but you've worked hard and are proving yourself, so I'm granting you level 2 security access. The servers on this floor should unlock more of Shay's memories.
They are essentially bringing this analyst in, like Shay got brought into the Templar Order. I find that interesting. I also think, I always thought that this analyst was the same analyst as the one in Assassin's Creed 4. But that's just, I don't think that's ever been confirmed or truly denied. I just think they're the same person. Red reflects and blue is transparent. So let's take this one this way. So we're gonna have to actually bounce it like that. Hunt it. Nope, nope. You go back. Just like that.
François Macandal saved Baptiste from slavery and inducted him into his so-called brotherhood. Macandal was a vicious mentor, and in his desperate attempt to liberate slaves, he broke his own creed by indiscriminately killing nobles. Misguided as they are, some assassins are honorable. Macandal was not one of them. Thanks to the calculating genius of Madeleine de Lille, the Templars made an example of Macandal by way of public execution in 1758. His pathetic excuse for a brotherhood quickly fell apart. When his comrade and childhood friend Agathe fled to Louisiana, Baptiste saw the futility of his former life in Macandal's brotherhood. Madeleine saw Baptiste's potential and instructed her Templars in New Orleans to strike a deal with him. If he could draw Agathe out of hiding and eliminate him, he would be granted a place in the Templar Order. Although Baptiste was killed by the assassin Aveline de Cambrai, his path clearly demonstrates the inherent superiority of Templar ideals over assassin terrorism.
I've got your animus ready and waiting.
We're going away. No, I'm not. There we go. But now instead of using the
Smooth move, numbskull. I've got the next set of Shay's memories loaded up and ready to go.
Animus Omega, like we were in 4,
Know that you are aiding a worthy cause, even if you do not yet
we're
know
using
what
a,
it is.
a version of the Helix servers.
You would just have you brought back to life and put you back to work.
Alright, so we're gonna hop in the Animus and we're gonna... The Helix, I'm sorry, I keep thinking this is the Animus Omega instead of the Helix. But we're gonna hop in here and we are going to call it a day. That is the...
Another glitch?
Same one as before. Shay's back at Notre Dame.
See if you can complete the memory this time.
Actually, that might not be. This is a... Sounds like a fragmented memory. And if that's the case... Yep, it's a fragmented memory.
Shay's in Paris, all right. I even got a date for you. 1776.
At this point in time, Franklin was the American ambassador to France.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Otto Berg, professional killer and amateur historian.
Alright. So let's take care of this. Oh.
Now, T, what are you doing? I have no quarrel with you. You, uncultured swine, you should not have left your backwater colony.
Ouais, retourne à Boston.
Philadelphia, actually. Oh, he's a comedian too. Help!
Don't know why that's not doing it the way I want to.
Shay? Is that you? How long has it been? Where are my manners? Thank you, my friend, thank you. But what are you doing in Paris?
With all due respect, sir, this is no time to talk. You're still in danger.
Yes, I must return to my family.
Where is it? Hello? How much would that suck? You do a cool dive, and then you get out, and then you get shoulder tackled.
Please wait for me. I just want to make sure my family is safe.
Nope, not you. Where are you? We'll go up and we'll take a look, I guess. That was weird. I leaped up over him. Boom! Alright, don't jump into the...
How did you do that? It was quite... fortunate.
I make my own luck, Master Franklin, as I suspect you do.
Yes, indeed, my good fellow. Yet, without your assistance today... Well, you have my thanks, Shay. Is there anything I can do for you to repay you for this kindness?
Actually, there is. I need to meet a business acquaintance. I heard he would be at the Chateau de Versailles 2 days from now.
And they don't just let anyone inside the royal palace. Very well. I'll see what can be arranged.
That is actually going to be the end of today's recording. I hope you have enjoyed.
Now, we keep trying to sequence memories out of order, which is why we're crashing like this.
What do you suggest?
If we progress further with Shay's life in the colonies, I'm confident we can get better results from these Paris memories.
Very well. Keep me informed.
Uploading the next memory sequence now.
So I know there is only one fully undone sequence. Actually, you know what? Let's do this cutscene.
Shay Cormac, I hear you are the Templar's new don of precursor archaeology.
I'm no expert, sir. I just witnessed what the assassins can do with those damn sites.
I have spent years investigating precursor leads. Tell me what you have seen.
Well, I know both the assassins and Templars are looking for pieces of Eden. Powerful weapons, mind-controlling apples, but this time it's different. We haven't found an apple, but a tree. These temples hold the earth together like roots. Disturb them, and Haiti falls, or Lisbon, or any other place the manuscript shows.
And the assassins are blindly interfering with these structures?
Aye. And if we don't stop them, they'll continue destroying cities.
I see. We have intelligence of assassin activity near Louisburg Fortress. We'll be meeting with a Royal Navy officer, James Cook. He recently gained a commission that could be strategically valuable. Gist has the charts.
Very well. I'll depart shortly.
Colonel Monro spoke highly of you, Shay. He was convinced you could become the best among us. I expect you will not disappoint.
I don't plan to, sir.
So we're going to end there, actually, once I can get points where I can pause it. It looked like Hatham was all, I don't trust you right now. You're still going to earn my trust, or I will kill you. Just the way I saw that look in Hatham's eyes. Maybe I was wrong. Who knows? Alright. So, that is the end of Assassin's Creed Rogue Sequence 4. I hope you've enjoyed the information that I have given you today and enjoy the content overall that I have provided. If you do enjoy it, hit that like and subscribe button. Take a look in the links below in the description for my social media and my website. And until next time, have a great night.